Welcome to week 3 of the Family Run Club. I hope everyone has enjoyed week 1 and week 2 of training, and I'm excited that you're here for week 3. I also want to remind you that last week in week 2, I shared about the Sentara Sleigh Bell 5K, which takes place Saturday, December 11th at Sentara Hospital. I shared that if you are registered for our Family Run Club, you have an opportunity to participate in that event at no cost. Well, there is a registration process, and you will be receiving an email from me with directions on exactly how to register for the Sentara Sleigh Bell 5K. So be looking for that email from me. So let's start with our running tip for this week. Last week I shared with our running tip about making time, that it's important that you make time in the day to do this running club. But with making time, the days are getting shorter, and I shared about being illuminated in the darkness because our days are getting shorter. So I'm going to continue that this week with some safety tips for you. I have several more. And the first one is, whenever possible, try to carry your cell phone with you. You never know when you might need that cell phone. Number 2, it's always important that when possible, try to run with a partner or with a group. It's just better safety-wise to run either with a partner or with a group. And if you're running with your family, you are running with a group, so you've got that covered. Number 3, even though keeping yourself illuminated is very important in the darkness, it's also very important if you are going to run in the dark to try to find a location that has street lights. It's best to be as illuminated as possible. You want people to see you, so that's important to just not only keep yourself illuminated, but to run in a location that has streetlights. And finally, it's important that when you're running, day or night, that you run in an area that's populated. Veterans Park is a great location to run. There's always people there playing pickleball. There's people playing on the fields there. That is a populated area, and that path around Veterans Park is a very safe place to run. So those are just some more safety tips for this week. So I hope that you are enjoying your training, and I hope you're being safe. I'd like to share our healthy eating tip for this week. And our healthy eating tip is about making your plate half vegetables with some fruit. When you're fixing your plate for your meal, it's really important to think about making your plate half vegetables with some fruits and making the other quarter your protein and the other quarter of your plate some carbohydrates, such as like rice, whole grain rice, brown rice, quinoa, couscous, some healthy carbohydrates. That's fixing your plate with half your plate being vegetables with some fruits. It's a great way to fix your meal because making your plate half vegetables with some fruits, it keeps you fuller longer, and it's also providing you with the fiber that you need for the day. Now, I'm not going to get into fiber right now. I will share a lot more about fiber next week. But just think about when you're fixing your plate for your meal of making your plate half vegetables with some fruits. You're getting in your whole foods. You're getting in those nutrient-dense foods when you do that. So just think about that. Half your plate, vegetables with some fruits. Next, I'd like to share about our local run location. I've shared in the past on Mondays on Duke of Gloucester Street in front of the cheese shop, on Tuesdays at the Jamestown Marina, and today's location is on Wednesdays at the Williamsburg Winery. Now, if you're not familiar with where the Williamsburg Winery is, it is off of 199. If you turn where Laura Lane Elementary is located, you turn off of 199 going towards Laura Lane Elementary, but instead of going straight to Laura Lane Elementary, you turn down Lake Powell Road. And Lake Powell Road will take you all the way down the road, and on the left is the Williamsburg Winery. And that fun run starts at 5:30 on Wednesdays, and it is also a 5K, and you can run it, you can walk it, or you can do a little bit of both. But it's another great local run location in our community where people go and just have fun. It's a fun run. It's a 5K distance, which is 3.1 miles. So give it a try. Hope you enjoy it. And next, what I'd like to share is another new stretch this week. I just want to go over some of the other stretches. We've done some leg kicks, we've done some leg swings, we've done some hip stretches, we've done some calf stretches. And this week, what I want to share with you is a walking lunge stretch. It's a great stretch for your lower body. It really warms up everything from your waist down. So I'm going to share with you the walking lunge. I'm going to have to tilt my camera down a little bit, and I'm going to turn my back to you, but I'm going to turn around and come back. So just keep watching. I'm going to show you the walking lunge. So you just want to walk forward, and you gently want to touch your knee on the ground. So I'm going to take a big step forward, touch my knee on the ground, stand up, walk forward, touch my knee on the ground. I'm going to turn around and come back to you. Step forward, touch my knee on the ground. Step forward and touch my knee on the ground. Do that about 10 times. And that's a great dynamic stretch to get your lower body warmed up. I'm going to tilt this camera back up and remind you, after you do your stretches, it's always a great idea to get a little bit of a jog in before you start your running. So remember, do your stretching, get a little jog in, and then you can start the training, which you'll see in the next slide. So is everyone ready? Let's go run. Whew. I hope everyone had a great run. Did you do a slow jog or a walk for your cool down? Remember, you just want to lightly jog or walk it out for your cool down. And another thing you can do, after you've been running for a while and your arms have been in this position, it's a great idea to stretch your arms out. So something I like to do is I just like to take my arm, bend it, and just gently pull on my elbow and stretch your arm out. I'll show you from behind. It's just a great way to stretch your arms back out. Make sure you do it on both sides. Just gently pull on this elbow. There you go. So I hope you had a nice cool down. And now we're going to talk about our running resolution. Our running resolution for this week is what happens if you miss a day or two, or if you miss a whole entire week. Well, if you miss a day or two, it's not that big of a deal. Just keep going with the training plan. But if you do miss a whole entire week or more, it's best if you go back to the prior week and start again. Because missing a whole entire week, you don't want to jump to the next week with missing that week because it may be a little too strenuous to do. So make sure if you do miss a week or more that you just go to the week prior and start that week over again. And then hopefully you'll be able to catch up to the following weeks. So if you miss a day or two, no big deal. If you miss a week or more, you may want to think about repeating the week prior. So I hope everyone's enjoyed week 3's training, and I will see you next week for week 4. Happy training, everyone.